I still have a picture of you on that day at the beach, salt clung and wrapped in sea breeze, your hair a marble gray vein, like whipped squid Rapunzel in the sand. Someone asked me why I kept it, like the slough of lobster, which consumed after shedding feeds of this fresh avatar, a needed thing. We were dropped at Capillet, you blue, I red, at this pinched and windy waste of the strait. We heard the lobster was cheap here, and you were determined at least to bike the way back. I would rather have stayed home with beer in bed and put on porn because I know it turns you on and I've forgotten how to do that on my own. We stop at a leaning white church, all patched and drunk, lonely in its lee, surrounded by brush and fence. Emptiness. Once these were mooing fields and cackling fens, and milk and log was plenty good. Now rough men, intrepid anglers, leave bricks soaked in kerosene in honey holes beneath the foaming cap, baiting the prize to catch. As we recon this room, forgotten as if the spirit overslept, and dispersing with the good books already in their transoms, blanketed in white, blanketed in the comfort of sin, I take a hymnal from the church. It wasn't enough just to have been there. You reverse cowgirl, you bobsled on my thighs, your shoulder blades roaming, searching other atmospheres. You pour out the pheromone, you posting with spurred ankle, your eyes maybe tracing some other wilderness hack on some other mystery beast. Male, female, lobster antagonist, bully pincers raised, opposing goalposts, scuttle, box, batter, the olfactory seduction begins. The nuptial pheromone, freed, you conquer me. Usually now, my dig display and substrate jab, my thieving and buying and building and writing, my secret knock on your nightly window, my perfect grilled cheese, all the performance I use to bring your eyes to me, to activate your diaphragm, to strike a match in your pupil, to thumb your vocal cords, to peel. No longer I circle your seaweed chamber, my antennae caressing. In the smell of spray paint and other boys and gangs who perform entrance ceremonies at your threshold, your new shell hardens in the pavements of a distant city. At the beach I found a shell, fanning and whorled, its lip purple dusted, a dark star hole at its bone tip. Runic submarine, lost etching, some aquatic power goddess. In relief I lift it up. Meanings fade, hung on a red thread, ritual imbuement of fealty to you. I lost it within a week. This coastal odyssey, this quest for some remembered or forgotten place, my thoughts are in parties and poisons to numb, not in this would-be adventure, not in this workshop of frayed connections. My thoughts are in dim houses of night and noise where the rain of calypso obscures, silent doll, jealous effigy, trophy kill. I with Circe become base, drinker, seducer, destructor, drunken setter of the frat house. Alpha waits for lobster to knight his gloom-clad body, impaling her soft figure on spinnerets. All heavy with bottom feeders and bread and booze, we leave the beach. I ride the red bike better drunk, and the beginning of the trip is always better than the rest. And I begin to resent the rotary flash, the metro click, the pressured whir, the jangled pelvis, and even the perfect dumpling of your ass, sculpted open on your blue bike ahead, only lengthens the distance between the shell and the flesh, for nothing in this coupling is certain, or ever was, and my mind is in parties and poisons. Like the names of the lobster, the regal slipper, the marbled mitten, what is the same is usually different, and although we were bonded in comfortable ooze of childhood, to wear each other's gaze, to share each other's clothes, and strangers called us siblings, our poles have become unaligned, axles and axes uneven, the divide widening, the mirror between our figures fogging, I, the hunchback locust, dark and cold and blind, You, the velvet fan, warm and proud and searching under heavy breathing, heavy bodies. Before you left for the airport, I kicked a hole in the wall, knocked over the beer, my red bedroom wall. You laughed, I cried, and I wanted to sink into your chest, suffocate on your skin, decompose into your frame, burrow into the silt of your bone, append my love to your skeleton, come inside your warmth which reminded me of when we were children, because your body was full and healthy then, unlike here where minds neglect, dark bay of dim curve, and bodies bump, haptic pleasure in harmony. I closed the door, watched you climb into the taxi, me holding the birthday gift you told me not to open until. Looking down, coarse brown paper wrapping to focus on statue, the creak of tears, the spots of darker brown expand like conquered nations on a map on this box. Your handwriting is psychotic, neat, the cab withdraws. Alone, my chest, caps, legs, lobes, limbs, pits, groin, fold and switch, inner outer patterns alter. Liver, bladder, kidney, spleen, searing brain, a maggot pulse from wrinkled cortices, corrupting flex, flaking like flesh, slapping the floor in folds, squall of the garroted and rotted remains. Freshly molted, pumping saline, my body searches for a phantom. Cut off a lobster's eye, and it sheds its shell at once, flipping on its side, prone to unzip its gear, to empty its husk, in violence and pain, and living, really living, ripping out the stomach, the anus, the throat. Death. I emerge. Thank you.